So you probably clicked this video because you're wondering if freelance art is even worth getting into. So I'm going to give you my top 5 reasons why I think you should get into freelance art. You can hear me out and then make your own decision based on what I'm saying. Number 1. Okay, so one of the biggest benefits of doing freelance work is the money. Even if you're not doing freelance work full time, doing it on the side is a huge plus because now you have all this extra money to save for things you're saving for. Maybe you're saving for a house or a new car. You can use that money to invest in yourself. Maybe you want to buy like a new computer or you want to buy like a camera or something like that. And it could quite possibly be like one of the biggest pay raises you'll get. Like if you compare it to working full time, if your company gives you a raise every year, maybe it's like 2% or 3%. Raises are great, but it doesn't compare to the amount of money that you could make yourself. So say you're charging $50 per project for whatever you're doing. You could raise your prices to $100 per project and you just doubled your income for that income source. And honestly, it's really freeing knowing that you choose how much you get paid for things, and having that extra money on standby is insane. Number 2. So I didn't expect this when I first started doing freelance work, but your skills in whatever creative thing you do explode. Like in a good way. You're gonna get a lot better. This is because when you're working with paying clients, what they want might be uncomfortable to you. That sounds kind of weird. What I mean by that is like the client work that you're gonna receive a lot of the time is going to push you out of your comfort zone. And out of your comfort zone is where you do the most learning. I am super guilty of this, but sometimes when I work on my own projects, if something is a bit too hard or time consuming, I just won't do it, or I'll just pick something easier. But when you're doing client work, someone's actually paying you to do it. That kind of forces you and incentivizes you to kind of expand your knowledge. Honestly, this is probably like the number 1 reason, in my opinion, to do freelance work. It's even more important than the money. This really helps your work. You get better so fast and you learn way more, you learn faster, you get faster at working. It's seriously awesome. Reason number 3. So when you're first getting into freelance work, I would strongly suggest that you get into something that is tailored to your interests. So if you don't want to do website design, don't do website design. If you don't want to design logos, then don't do logos. You can niche down and get very specific. Like if you want to do movie posters for like action movies, you can just do movie posters for action movies. You don't have to design logos or anything. I design album covers because that's something that personally interests me. I like collecting vinyls, I like music, and I use Photoshop and other software to design these. But people ask me to design like websites all the time, and I just say no because I don't want to. You're basically just getting paid for things that you think are fun, and I mean, who would not want that? And you can work on your schedule. You can do 1 a week or 2 a week or 1 a month or 10 a week. It's honestly up to you. Reason number 4. Okay, so when you're doing freelance work, there's a lot of skills that you're gonna build up that have nothing to do with like the specific art that you're doing. So you're probably gonna get a lot into like taxes and learn how to talk to clients, what to do and not do. You're gonna have experience working with contracts. Maybe you're even gonna start paying other freelancers to work with you. Your organization skills are gonna skyrocket. Your time management skills are gonna skyrocket. And honestly, I really do feel like these skills are gonna help you throughout your entire life. I mean, you might not freelance for the rest of your life, but building up these skills now might help you in like future endeavors. Even at like a regular full-time job, these skills are really gonna help. Personally, building up these skills have really helped me become a more well-rounded person and have honestly helped me in like every aspect of life. I don't know about every aspect. That might be a little dramatic. Maybe just like a lot of aspects of life. Okay, 5th and final reason. One of the biggest reasons why you should do freelance work is because you will build up a gigantic audience. Well, I mean, it depends like how much effort you put into it and like how long you do it, but you will build an audience. Building an audience is so powerful for anything you do in life. Having people following you and supporting you will yield you so many more opportunities in life. Think of the biggest creators on YouTube. They're creating their own coffee companies and beverages and selling out arenas for boxing matches. Obviously, those creators are outliers and they are way beyond everybody else. But it's not impossible to get to that level, and even having a smaller audience of like 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people will bring you tons of opportunities. I mean, at the very least, you'll have like a constant stream of clients, which is super powerful because you're never gonna know when you need that. But with an audience, you can reach your dream clients or your dream projects, or maybe launch another business or some kind of endeavor. Before I posted my first video on YouTube, I actually had 35 subscribers. I mean, that's not a lot in terms of like the rest of YouTube, but just having 35 people support me without me giving them any kind of content is crazy. Also, by the way, if you're one of those people, thanks. If I ever have $36 million one day, I'll give you guys all $1 million. That seems like a big commitment, actually. I don't know if that's a lot of money. $35 million. I'll do something. So are you guys going to start freelancing? Do you have any questions? Let me know in the comments. Consider subscribing if you like this content because I post stuff like this every single Wednesday. See ya.